Dear participants, today will be seeing two different topics actually. One is IQ, and the other topic is which I missed on Tuesday, which was unable to conduct due to this technical glitch on that day. Uh, that's called dealing unexpected challenge. So we'll see two different topics today, and at the end of the session, you can ask your doubts, and I shall make sure that you get satisfied by the answers. In the end, we can have a Q&A session. Okay, so let's see what intelligent quotient IQ means, and what are the different measurements, and how this IQ works for a human being from childhood till the adult stage. So, we all know what IQ is, the abbreviation of IQ, and what it is exactly. So, it is an human intelligence, and it's called as intelligent quotient. And if you see any definitions for that, like it defines the intelligence in problem solving of an organization created by various subsystems or what do you call any problem solving. And in a simpler way we can say that it is a one way of keeping or saying that a person's keen interest in learning and how fast he is in learning, in grasping the opposite side uh, thoughts and all the ideas, how fast he or she can grab those. So it has a different meanings from different peoples. So ஒரு பொதுவா சொல்லணும்னா லைக் அறிவை சான்ற ஒரு விஷயம், மூளை அறிவு சான்ற ஒரு விஷயம். So completely biologically connected with brains and nerve cells, how fast he or she can solve the problem, how fast he or she can uh, complete the work, take the decision, and solve any sort of emergency situation problems that's on the way. So uh, a team of scientists says to keep our IQ level uh, normal, which is 120, 100 to 120, a particular individual should have a proper diet, a proper exercise. They should do meditation to calm their whole body and mind and soul. Reading should be an exercise for eyes, and there should be brain entertainment. Uh, it doesn't say that they should have a brain related exercises, but it should be brain entertainment for them to relax. So, when the individual expands their boundary for learning, like sitting in one desk all day is completely bad for our physical health also, and as same goes for mental health also. So to break out from that point and make it as a lifelong goal to continually learn new things, we have to step outside. We have to go outside, socialize with people. So that's what expanding your boundaries for learning, mainly to learn. We see two different types of people mainly in the world. One is people who think they know everything. One is people they themselves put them down, saying that I don't know anything. So, and there are one more kind of people who develop themselves by having this attitude of allowing others to talk and considering themselves as they don't know anything, but they listen a lot. They listen a lot and they learn a lot from listening. So, to enhance this quality, I mean, like most of you might have children, kids, and you can also ask them to do this. Listening to music, good musics, not like rap songs or rock songs or rock bands and all. Listening to music that really triggers your brain, which means a calm music. It can be a classical music. Classical musics are very good for brain nerves, so which improves your IQ, and some other kind of music that really induces sleep, that really induces thoughts and ideas while working, provided it does not affect your concentration on the task. So we have to listen to those kind of musics, and in order like these two can be done at home, anywhere, like anywhere, going out and listening to music. These are main two factors to uh, improve the IQ. And apart from that, like so we should make sure that children who are developing in life during the school days and during their college days, they should be able to get themselves involved in sports related activities. So which where the body kinesthetic will help them, which warms up the whole body from head to toe. So where the whole muscles, complete muscles contractions and relaxations happen, and the whole body and the whole nerve systems and muscles completely works together and shakes the whole body from inside, so that everything is refreshed. The whole organs of the body are refreshed. So we should encourage them for sports related kind of activity, and that too as a parents, like we should not be afraid of sending them in the hot sun, because uh, playing in the sun is good only for the skin, as well as we think that ultraviolet rays and all this spoil, but still if they take a good amount of healthy food and good vegetables, fruits, and good proteins in their diet while they're doing that, that will not affect. That will really give them stability to uh, bear the heat and survive at any circumstance of climate in future for them. So, uh, friends, like there is one more concept under this, which is called as multiple intelligence. So, in IQ, what happens is a particular person is either good at problem solving or making decision or any one or two factors where he's very fast. But what happens in multiple intelligence is they are involved in multiple things and they outperform in all those aspects and all those things. And for example, we say, uh, for example, we say like, okay, இவர் எந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ல விட்டாலும் சூப்பரா வேலை செய்றாரு, whatever department it is, whatever work it may be, he's so awesome and he works or he does everything very wonderfully. So that's what the multiple intelligence persons are. They might be good in uh, in bodily kinesthetic, music, interpersonal skills, verbal linguistic. You might have seen people speaking more than 5 to 6 languages, then logical mathematics, um, naturalistic, intrapersonal skills, and visual spatials. That is like getting involved with these cameras, video makings, and all those hobbies and all. So there are smart people like who are involved in all kind of activities, all those kind of activities. So they are come under multiple intelligence. And the thing is, they bring out the result also wherever they put their effort. That's one point, good point of them. So these people, when it comes to multiple intelligence, these people naturally are really very good in listening. Very much important factors in our life: listening, speaking, discussions, debates, reading and writing. So all these things are something that they naturally inherit within themselves. And 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 as you can see, these people, like, they don't listen to a high band music mostly. Research says I don't research says that they don't listen to high band or too much of loud noise musics. They are really sensitive. They have the sensitivity to rhythms and sound, and they really like to listen to the natural way. And when it comes to measurement of intelligence among these groups, and combined with intelligent quotients all together as IQ, when they take a measurement, first thing is intelligent test is to measure the general intelligence factor, and then uh, a test is something reliable to know and understand whether how far he or she is, and she or he is like um, is there any or is he or she is below the average, or above, or normal, or above normal. Like, if they are above normal, they are like gifted. So they have a measurement for multiple intelligence. Like, they it's just the same. They first identified where they are, what they like to do, and they ask them to perform all these things. So once they perform, sorry, so what happens is their level of performance defines the measures of involvement of them being how intelligent they are. For example, of my own example, like uh, when I was small, like I used to write with my left hand. My mother used to beat me not to write with the left hand, so she converted to right hand when I was really very small, first standard or second standard. But the habit of writing on the left hand has not yet, has stopped. But now I don't write with my left hand, but my left hand is completely is used 50-50. I'm an ambidextrous guy, so I use both my hands for all different kind of work. So 50-50. I cannot say my right hand is a dominant, neither my left hand is. So both are like 50-50s. So whenever I want to eat snacks, I go with my left hand. Whenever I want to eat a meal, I go with right hand. Whenever I want to write, I go with right hand nowadays. If there is anything to draw, I'm not that good in drawing. My left hand goes, and if there is anything to lift, immediately my left hand goes. And likewise, there are like different things that I do feel within me. So, uh, so this intelligence in such an important individual difference dimensions, and psychologists have like they have invested a substantial effort in creating and improving the test for multiple intelligence, and most accurate of all, like psychological test, because the measurement to measure this multiple intelligence comes under psychological test. uh, you know uh, the ability, to accurately assess the intelligence of one individual uh, is really very important for the people who are in this psychological field, uh, for everyday public life, to understand the everyday's public life. But there is one thing that we need to understand here: intelligence changes with age. I have won many awards when I was in first standard to fifth standard. I participated in a lot of memory tests and I won first, second, and third places. But now I don't even remember my brother's or anybody of my relatives' phone number. So it really changes with age. We might be very good at our young age, but at the age when we become an adult, the intelligence changes because our experience changing, our hormones are changing, Our completely biological body is changing, taking a different change. So our intelligence level also along with that changes by looking around the environment, by observing a lot of people, by getting involved with a huge crowd. So it changes. So I cannot say that if a 3-year-old boy who's really good in multiplying 183 by 39 would certainly be intelligent, but a 25 or 26 years old boy who cannot do that multiplication is not an intelligent. I cannot say that. I cannot give a age comparison here. So thus, understanding this intelligence requires that we should know the norms and standard in a given population of people at a given age, and standardization of those tests involves a large number of people at different ages. So grouping them in different ages. So that's how these samples are taken. These psychologically samples are taken like that, and by grouping large number of people at different ages and computing the average scores uh, at each level, at each age level. So with this, I would like to conclude the IQ and MI session. Um Intelligence really emphasize people's performance and standardize the aptitude test, but it does not predict that people's future ability or the future skills that they acquire right now with this. They cannot be predicted the future, but measuring the skills, knowing knowledge that people have already learned really helps them to enhance them on the path where they are strong enough. So with this, I would conclude the IQ session, and now I'll just give you some 5 points of on dealing all the unexpected challenges. This might be a little bit confusing now. How to face the unexpected challenge and how to deal with that. So, so when it comes to dealing an unexpected challenge, everyone in everyday life they have faced a lot of unexpected challenges and unexpected uncertainty every day of our life. So when these 5 points will be very useful for us during this pandemic mainly. How to during the recovery period. I mean, like when we get normal back to normal after this pandemic, COVID-19, we can follow certain rules and regular. I mean, like follow these 5 points would be very useful for us. So the first one is doing a damage report, like damage report. Uh, we need to construct a broken report about ourselves, what we have delayed on time, something which is not been done by us, something which has not been fulfilled by us when we have promised something. So we have to take all the points, like doing a research about you, preparing a report, just a raw report about yourself. What have I done until now? So this is one thing. The next thing is I'm trying to make it very crispy and very short so that I don't exceed the time. Doing a damage report is nothing but preparing a report on you, a raw report about yourself. Have I done this on time? Have I not done this on time? Have I fulfilled all this? And second point is very much important. It comes everywhere. And second point is like you have to control your emotional responses and start thinking, because if I feel anything emotionally, I cannot give a work for my brain. So it's better like I start uh, after a big damage or after a big havoc. I should start thinking logically and analytically so that at least I can bounce back from that shock. So this is what we need to do. If I sit emotionally, I will be sitting emotionally till last. So I have to start thinking logically and analytically so that everything goes well, and uh, everything in my life or in your life, everybody's life, we all bounce back and get back to the track once again, and we rock on. So the third point is we need to focus on a long-term goal, whether it's a personal, professional, or apart from professional and personal, where it can be your miscellaneous goals also. But make sure that you prioritize between your goals, long-term goals and short-term goals, because that gives the effectiveness, and it gives you the effective management, and because when you prioritize something, you can understand and have a clarity over the point, which is the must. When you do these two things, you expertise in segregation of long term and short term goals, and you expertise in achieving that goal at least. And if not, at least you know how to manage yourself after a shock. That's the point. And the fourth point is clearly, you need to clearly communicate all the challenges that you have faced uh, till now, and after this pandemic or after any shock. So try to have a clear vision and clear clarity mainly over the challenges, and try to communicate that challenge. How? By grasping what is the reason behind this, because uh, many people whom I'm seeing, for example, let's take couples. If a wife wants to fight, she won't. But husband comes in and he starts a fight by listening to someone's word, then that really creates a problem in the family. But the if wife is so intelligent, if she can grasp her husband, uh, what is the reason behind and the motive behind uh, his words and everything, so that really helps you to face your challenges. So you can face your challenge, so you get the solution. Okay, he or she is talking like this, I can defend for a short time, and I can make them understand in a clear way that this is not the problem, what you're talking about, and this is how it can be solved. ஸோ நீங்கள் அதுக்கு ஒரு பதில் கொடுக்கலாம், ஒரு சொல்யூஷன் கொடுக்கலாம். அதுக்கு நமக்கு ஒரு புரிந்து கொள்ளுதல் வேணும். And the next thing is you have to first start communicating and understand those communications. When we are talking to someone, we are communicating something to someone about the challenges. Understand from their perspective, not from my perspective. If, for example, one of you are uh, sharing your problems with me or happiness with me, anything, I have to understand, and from your point of view, the problems and also the happiness from your point of view. Your happiness may not be for me a big happiness, or I may not consider that as a happiness. But at the same time, your sadness that you have been through, I'll say, okay, I've been through the worst, so I cannot conclude that way. So I have to understand from your point of view, because each human beings are created and designed in different ways. Not everyone are created as strong emotionally and mentally, physically, in the same way. So, the last point I would like to highlight is settling on a solution. We have to, bringing a solution is okay, but how do we settle that solution forever? How do we keep that solution forever? So, before we bring this solution, we have to discuss the problem, and beneficial things from the discussions. Uh, like that really helps you. to move to the next step of solution, next step called solution. And if not, you have to go alone. That's, you know, that you might have encountered in your personal life or professional life. Uh, and when you're alone, you have to start fighting on your own all the battles. Like a physical fight is fine in our life, but that's mental fight that goes inside your brain, inside your heart, and you know what, that really really eats you up. That's the reason you have to come to a solution. You have to come to a point. You have to settle down on a proper solution for one problem, so that we don't go back and face the same problem again and again. And finally, if you're alone, you have to find a different course of action, come up with different solutions and different course of action, unless and until you find that you're out of it. So solution can be bought, but the question is how far we can make sure that the solution leads to a peace. So that's what real solution is. So if I'm facing a problem, I don't want to face that problem again. So let me put an end to this. Let me find a solution, which means let me find a solution till a peaceful settlement. So that's what it is. So okay, I'm on time. So thank you. I have completed for today. That's two topics. Just let me know if you have any questions and queries, so that I can try my level best to make you understand or clear the doubts.